Are you someone that likes to get a good deal? That likes to save money on XYZ product or get the best sale or drive 10, 15 minutes to a gas pump to save and get the cheapest gas? If so, you're a lot like me. But something that you need to know is the way that you're approaching saving money and finding good deals and trying to feel good about saving money is wrong. It's inefficient. It's not maximizing your value. Let me prove it to you. But before I prove it to you, I need to address who am I talking to in this video. I am not talking to people who are living paycheck to paycheck, who are having to scrimp and save to put food on the table, scrimp and save to pay their mortgage or their rent. I'm talking to successful business owners, to successful entrepreneurs, to higher income earning individuals who have enough money to put food on the table, have enough money to make their rent, but are still trying to find the best deal to save money here and there. And I'm going to change the way that you think about saving money. I'm going to put it in perspective so that you know, wow, there's a different way to do this. I don't have to worry about the gas savings or this cool deal. You can still worry about it, but you should be focused on something far bigger. So let's dive into that. So when we make money, our money is going to be spent on one of two things. It's either going to fall on this side of the table or this side of the table. If it falls on this side of the table, it means you're spending money on wealth generating activities, meaning you're creating a dollar that will replicate itself over time and create more dollars. So it'll get working for you without working on its own. On this side of the table, money is spent on lifestyle, just living life, enjoying life. And I know that there's categories for expenses, and there's going to be destructive expensive, there's going to be value expenses, there's going to be expenses you have to make to live and to thrive. We're not addressing that in this video. We're going to be talking about what strategy that you have to approaching savings is wrong and inefficient, and what strategy should you be focused on to make it, because it's going to change your world and change your maximum potential at a massive level. So if you're like me, we spend money on gas, we spend money on travel, we spend money on our house, you spend money on food, you spend money on entertainment, you spend money at Amazon, you pay taxes, you do insurance, etc., etc., etc. When we make money, it's either going to fall on the lifestyle side where I just spend it and it goes to things, or I'm going to make money and it falls on the wealth side and it starts to create some momentum and a nest egg and generational changing and the ability for to make a bigger impact on this world. But if you're like me, my wife and I, we live in a town that has Costco. Costco always has the cheapest gas, whether it's high gas prices or low gas prices. But we're willing to drive the 10 to 15 minutes to Costco to save 15 cents on our gas, which overall saves us $2 to $3 per trip. We drive 30 minutes to save $2 to $3. When I say it, it almost sounds outrageous, specifically since we're passing like 20 to 30 different gas stations along the way. But it makes us feel good. It makes my wife feel like we're doing something that's going to build our wealth eventually. But that thought process, though good intentioned, is incorrect. Because here's what happens. I save money on gas, and instead of it coming over to the wealth side, it takes a sharp turn and drives down to something on Amazon. So though I saved money on gas, all I did was eventually spend those dollars on Amazon. This happens over and over and over again, where we save something in this category, and instead of it driving over to the wealth side of the table, it stays on the lifestyle side and just goes from one expense to another expense. Saved money on taxes, went to Amazon. Saved money on some food, went back into the house. Saved money on travel, went back to paying gas. Like it just cycles between each other. And so even though we're feeling good, we haven't actually done anything to get the money to move over. Another example that a lot of people relate with is we have young kids, we've had young kids that have diapers, and we have said, okay, we need some diapers in the next few weeks. Should we buy them now? we'll say no. Let's wait until we're almost all the way out, and then we'll see if there's a sale, then we'll buy them. So we're going to save $10 by doing that, maybe. Who knows if it's actually going to go on sale, and then we'll get it. But all that happened was we went from saving money on diapers and it went to food, or it went up to paying for gas, or it went to Amazon. So all that occurs in most people's saving strategies is you get the good feelings of saving money just to spend it on something else. So you haven't actually saved the money. You just saved it on gas to spend it on something else. That approach is incorrect. So what can you do differently? I recently created a video that shows how automating your savings can change the way that you go about living and spending money in a massive way, because you'll save more money over time because you have a system and a flow of your money. And it makes it so that more money is captured and you're saving first versus saving last. That video is above my head. If you're interested in, check it out. That is not the topic we're trying to get to today. So that focus of trying to save $2, $3 on gas, $10 on diapers, $100 here, $500 by joining Geico, whatever it is, unless we have a strategy or a system for moving that from the lifestyle side of the table to the wealth side of the table, all we're doing is exchanging expense for expense, changing one purchase for another purchase. And it doesn't increase our value, it doesn't increase our wealth. In addition to that, all of those things I'm describing are small dollar amounts. And I'm not disputing the fact that small changes and small dollar amounts over long periods of time can make a massive difference. But what I am proposing to you is you should think differently, because there are expenses likely in your life that are larger than you realize and can have a difference made to them. So let's focus on those versus trying to focus on saving $2 to $3 here, $5 here, $100 there. Let me give a few examples. This one right here, taxes, massive one. The Wall Street Journal published an article. It stated that business owners, on average, will pay $11,000 per year extra to the IRS than is needed, meaning they're paying $11,000 more than is legally required. And the reason that they're paying more than that is because they didn't proactively tax plan. They met the criteria for something and they didn't claim it. They could have done XYZ but didn't. And because they didn't do those things, they had to pay that $11,000. We had an independent firm that did an analysis of hundreds of clients, and they found that it's $11,000 per $250,000 of income, meaning as the business owner increases their revenue and their income, they're going to pay more extra in taxes than is necessary. So why not focus on learning the skills and the tools and the strategies and the things necessary to save on taxes? So if we're able to save $11,000, we should feel extraordinary about that in comparison to saving $2 to $3 on gas. Another one where you can save massive amounts of money is, for most business owners, is merchant processing fees. I don't know how many knew this, but business owners are the ones that pay the credit card fees. It isn't the patients, it isn't the clients, it isn't the credit card company, it's the business owner. And those fees can get really big, specifically as credit card companies raise those fees, as they have been in recent months and years. Our company found tens of thousands of dollars by implementing a system that allowed us to keep those fees instead of them going to the credit card company. Other companies can follow that, and we can show them how to do it if they wanted. But the key here is we had a client that had $300,000 worth of merchant fees. That's $300,000 that doesn't have to leave him. He can keep those dollars instead. If you felt great about $3 of gas savings, $300,000 of savings is going to blow your mind. Another large one is student loan debt. Most people don't realize that there are student loan programs that enable you to control and have more flexibility over your student loans, meaning you can save money over the life of the loan. We saved a client recently $150,000 in student loan debt. Another one that's big and hanging is private practice debt or business debt. So practice debt or business debt. We saved a client recently $100K in practice debt, business debt. Debt that he would have had to pay had he not implemented the system that we showed him how to do it. So now we've gone from focusing on $2 to $3 on gas, $10 on diapers, $500 on insurance, and now we're making massive changes of $11,000, $300, $150, $100,000 that we're helping save for the business owner, that we're helping you create back in your life and bring it back to your control. But if you remember, if we don't have a system or we don't control this 100K will quickly disappear into a new home, or this 300K will quickly disappear into a new car unless you have a system that drives it to the other side of the table. So it's not enough just to save the money on this side. We have to take the money and drive it to the other side of the table, to the wealth side, so that we can spend money on things that create more wealth for us in a bigger picture. The powerful thing about this is that this $11,000 is an annual savings. It's not just a one-time thing. The merchant service is an annual savings. Most of our clients will save $10,000 to $50,000 by using our merchant service process. So it's every single year that you're pumping money from the lifestyle side over to the wealth side, and you're saving it, and it should make you feel extraordinary because you're changing your outcome. You're changing your world because you chose to think differently around the way that you approach saving money. You stop thinking small, diapers, gas, insurance, and you started thinking big, taxes, debt, merchant fees, unnecessary payments, unnecessary fees, looking for big things that will make a massive impact over time. Because here's what happens. As you drive these dollars over to the wealth side, your once curve that was already going to be great and you were already going to have a maximum potential, this was your ceiling. But now because you drove these dollars and you're doing it on an annual basis where you're saving dollars that were once an expense and creating them and turning them into dollars that will replicate themselves, your curve accelerates and reaches new heights. It bursts through the old ceiling and it creates a new maximum potential for you where there is no ceiling, because you can go as big as you want. We have to think bigger. We have to think differently than everyone else. Everyone else is focused on the gas. Everyone else is focused on this sale or that sale. Everyone else is focused on saving the small things and keeping on the lifestyle side of the table. We have to focus on the things that make a massive difference and drive them and shift them over to the wealth side of the table, and we can have a maximum potential that cannot be comprehended, that can take and change our life and create generational wealth, generational changes, generational impact. That's not just hyperbole, that's reality. Change the way that you think about savings and your life will change. Until next time, I'm Justin Maxwell. If you want help doing these things, finding ways to save taxes, finding ways to save your merchant fees, finding ways to more efficiently pay off your student or practice debt or business debt, reach out to me. My calendar link will be in the description. You can schedule a free consultation and I'll see if we can help you keep more of your hard-earned money and change the way that you think about savings for the rest of your life and create a big life that will be incomprehensible to you 5, 10 years, 20 years from now. Until next time, thank you.